saying, if I win, obviously I'm delighted. If I lose, I'm not going to be happy. But at least a good friend of mine would end up winning the title. So that is the message before. Not too much hostility between two sides. And also Ibai said, look, you suffer a lot when you get into these finals. Being the president, being in that booth, you go through all of the emotions, but the joy at the end when you do win it is incredible. And he'll be hoping to repeat that taste of success that he had last year in Monterrey.
Well then, mucho amor, shall we say then, Bruno, a lot of love, amor in the city of love that is Paris. It's also the city of lights, but today, this evening, it's the city of the Kings World Cup Clubs final, and it's an all-Spanish affair. The Spaniards have conquered Paris, but which of these two teams will conquer the trophy? Porcinos, as you were saying quite rightly, Bruno, the defending champs, they've never lost. That is incredible in this competition. Los Troncos, though, hoping that they can finally take that step and step up to the next level. Los Troncos, who we've been very impressed by, Bruno, in the sense that with each game they've just got better, they've stepped it up. In the early stages, you always sense that they could have done a little bit more, but they just sense they didn't necessarily need to step it up, whereas Porcinos, similarly, to be fair, like all the Spanish sides, as we pick out Gilvedal, just one goal away from Laletti, like all the Spanish sides, really, Bruno, they've taken their time to get into stride, but when it matters most, that's what I was trying to get to, the point I was trying to make, when it matters most, when the stakes were high, they have delivered and got the job done.
No, they've known how to compete. It's been business-like at times. Look, the Brazilians have probably been flashier, they've been a bit easier on the eye, but you need to know how to compete, you need to know how to close out games, and that's where Porcinos have come through. That's where Los Troncos have not really had any scares in this tournament. There have been few goals in their games. They've been tight, they haven't conceded many. What did we say in the previous round? Carlos Planas at the back, one of the best defenders in this competition, doesn't allow anybody through. Eloy Amoedo, one of the best goalkeepers we've seen also in these 2 weeks in France. But up front, the quality of Gerard Neuer, and they'll need that because we were talking about the fact that Porcinos have that history to their name and Los Troncos are yet to achieve that first bit of silverware. But when you look at the head-to-head, it also stacks favourably towards Porcinos. They've faced each other on 6 occasions. 5 of those have finished in the regular 40 minutes, one by Porcinos. Only one win for Los Troncos, but it's a penalty shootout, so it's really a draw.
Yeah.
They've not managed to beat them on the field of play throughout the 40 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see then whether that superior record then of Porcinos against Los Troncos will give them that edge, that psychological edge. At times we have spoken about that. We've seen actually the Spanish champions, for example, go out, the Italian champions go out, the French champions go out. So it doesn't necessarily always translate out onto this international stage. It's a different competition, although we'll see then whether that can come into play, whether that just extra edge, that confidence, Porcinos against Los Troncos. As for Los Troncos, maybe you think negatively, don't you? Say, oh, crikey, we're taking on Porcinos once again, a side we simply just can't get the better of. They have our number. What do we have to do? But having said that, and we've talked a lot about this, haven't we, Bruno, over the past 2 weeks, Porcinos, it's not the same Porcinos team that won last year in Monterrey, Mexico.
No, I mean, and just to continue with that point, there are some players in this Troncos side who have won the title with Porcinos last year round. You've got Alex Gutierrez, who we've been talking about all week long, how he's been hampered by injuries this season and probably hasn't shone as much as he did last year in Mexico. So let's listen, though, to an interview prior to this game kicking off.
Bueno, al final toca en español y final español, además, supongo que estarás contento.
Sí, la verdad que sí, la verdad que, bueno, ver que dos equipos que empezaron la Kings League, como son Porcinos y Troncos, estén en la final del Mundial, dice mucho del nivel de la Liga Española, y a pesar de que, bueno, había otros que eran más favoritos, como los equipos brasileños o los franceses que también jugaban en casa, pues el hecho de que sea Porcinos Troncos, yo creo que en España a la gente le va a gustar.
Imagino que no querrás mojarte.
No, la verdad que no. Quiero unos shootouts y que sean muy largos, pero al final que gane el mejor.
Oye, la gente de Francia también muy bien, se ha volcado llenando el estadio, siguen aquí. No sé a qué equipo apoyarán, pero han estado a la altura.
Sí, la verdad que sí, se ha visto un buen show en el partido de streamers. Luego Gims también creo que aquí en Francia tiene un nombre muy potente, la gente le gusta. Y bueno, veremos a quién la gente a quién escoge, con quién ir. No sé si irán con portinos, con troncos. Creo que han recibido muy bien a Ibai cuando lo han anunciado, así que a lo mejor irán con portinos, veremos.
Me esperaba un penalti presi tuyo en el partido anterior, ¿eh?
La verdad que se está muy bien en el palco viéndolo con unas palomitas y una Coca-Cola.
¿Qué nota le pones a Beguer como entrenador?
Bueno, la verdad que un poco desastre.
Bueno,
un 3.
Gracias.
Well, our president, Gerard Piqué, a lot of questions, a lot of answers. He says that he's hoping that this game ends up in a very long shootout. That's what he wants to see. Obviously, they were trying to get an answer out of him out of who he would rather win, but he's happy to see the two Spanish sides in this final. And then talking about that streamers game that we saw earlier, Laura did ask
right, yeah.
Gerard whether she was kind of surprised that he didn't come down and take the presidential penalty. And he said, look, up there in the VIP seats with my popcorn, with my bottle of Coke, I'm very comfortable. I'd rather be up there than down here. I think he's played enough football in his time, and now he's happy to sit down and relax. Well, relax in terms of playing football, because we know he doesn't relax. He's always coming up with new ideas and new competitions. But yeah, he likes to take a back seat when it comes to playing the football.
Yeah, and he's always trying to make the Kings League increasingly more and more exciting. It continues to expand, doesn't it? This format, which has taken everybody by storm, hasn't it? It's been catching on. It's so big, isn't it? In Spain, in the Americas, it's growing all the time. In Italy, France, Germany, and just a few, because we've got lots of wild cards, haven't we, from all over the globe, the likes of Saudi Arabia, Morocco, Japan, and on the subject of Saudi Arabia and Morocco, we actually unveiled, didn't we, the Kings League men earlier in our 2-week journey together, which is going to be coming to a close very, very soon as the Fortnite secret cards are drawn. And who knows whether the cards will be the decisive factor. We've seen presidential penalties play a big part, haven't we, over the past couple of weeks, Bruno, in at least directing a team and giving them a boost, that's for sure, as the countdown begins. So I really can't believe it, Bruno. We are almost there. The final that we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks at the Defense Arena. Los Troncos against Porcinos.
And let's see who the fans are supporting. That's another question that they will ask of Piqué. And it did seem as if Ibai got a good reception out on the field of play, so they might be defending champions. So we're going to get that ball cannoned onto the pitch.
Soufiane get up, an actor with Algerian roots, which makes me think of Zinedine Zidane, I must admit. Anyway, we are underway then, ladies and gentlemen. The wait is over. Here is Vidal. Oh, we're going to have an early goal here. Vidal's there in support. Wasn't easy for him, but he has recovered. It is Vidal. Good save from Agüero. Early corner. Porcinos in their traditional strip. Great to see them in that all white and pink trim. I'll bring you in shortly, Bruno, but it's a pulsating, breathless start.
No, all I wanted to say is already in those first two attacks, you can see how difficult it is to get past Carlos Planas. He doesn't allow anybody to have an easy shot on goal. You can get past him, but it's never an easy shot. There he intercepts.
And he's won it back,
the throw in,
right.
and now with Eloy Moelo, they can try and attack, but it's just so difficult to score goals against Los Troncos.
They're not wearing their traditional colours. They're in their chain strip for this one. And here is Planas. Will he offload? He will offload. Agüero for Planas! Los Troncos have the advantage! Planas powers it in!
It is Carlos Planas, it's Eloy Moelo with the assist. One of those players that we were talking prior to the interview that won the World Cup last year. So he's bringing that experience to the table here for Los Troncos. It's all about defending and holding on. If they can score goals, then it's going to be very, very difficult for Porcinos.
Bacas, options left and right, goes right. And he's still there in support. They come to Oscar Coy, it's an open net.
He slipped, he lost his footing just as he went to shoot. Now there's space at the back.
Oscar Coy. Here goes Coy. Bacas! I think he got a touch there, Agüero. He may have tipped it over. Well, he didn't get a touch then, and he'll be relieved about that because it means Los Troncos back on the ball. Just going back to Blas, great defender, also great finisher.
Oh, great finisher, someone that's played at the very top, so he's got that ability, he's got that sweet left foot, Carlos Planas. He's such a complete player for them, and he's going to shoot again!
Planas makes it 2-1-2 for spoke about the respect for Porcinos, but of course he wants to win the big prize, and Planas has given them a brilliant start.
But remember the blueprint for all of the Porcinos games this tournament. Yes, they've been 2-0 down. They were 4-1 down against Furia. They won't care. They will not be bothered by going down 2-0. And I think Los Troncos know that too.
They are the masters of the comebacks, aren't they, Bruno? Here is Vidal, who's played his part, of course, in particular against the inspired team. Vacas for Vidal. Yedo on the pitch, he's been one of the unsung heroes, and here he is, Yedo out wide. Vacas, will he shoot? Gio Vidal, Porcinos trying to get a goal here in the Escalado. Blocked. And who else? Bruno, you need to be a match analyst or a scout.
Oh,
as Agüero goes for goal.
No.
Vacas got back just in time there. We'll sing your praises lately afterwards.
No.
Afterwards.
But I always say it,
on.
you do not need to be a scout or an analyst or know too much about football to understand that the number 21, Carlos Planas, is almost impossible to get around. He blocks everything. He makes it so uncomfortable.
Now Nadir's on the pitch. Bruno, they are now looking to their Corona d'Oro. Decisive in their past 2 games. He sent them here with his goal. He's there free in support. Yedo, though, may go alone. Yedo. Nadir Loire, back for Yedo. This would be a brilliant goal. Can he get the shot away? He can't. Now Gerard Neuer looks to just clear his lines.
What a pass.
Great ball. Diego Jimenez.
Oh,
that was a glorious chance, but I think Nadir Loire
he did very well getting back, but that pass was incredible from Neuer, who has been the standout player. Obviously, Planas' defending has been vital for Los Troncos, but Neuer has been a standout player in this entire competition. Out of all the teams, he would definitely get into a starting 7. We haven't named our team at the tournament, but he would be there.
The shot comes in, and it's palmed away by Amoedo. That was Adrian Frutos trying his luck from long range. Frutos there just covering at the back. You will have to when there's a lull in the game at the moment.
It'll be impossible.
It's impossible.
We can do it on the bus back home.
Absolutely.
But I can tell you Neuer's in it.
Got to be. Maybe Amoedo in goal. Anyway, let's get back to the action here. It's breathless, as you'd expect. This is the best that Spain can offer right now. Now strutting their stuff out there, the Spaniards showing the Kings League España what it is all about on the international stage for all to see, showcasing their talent. There's Abay and Perchita, naturally the latter the happier of the 2 presents. We saw him in action early, didn't we, that exhibition game, but that was just a little bit of a warm-up, an appetizer, a little taste. This is the main meal. This is matters most, as you see Joan Pertu just coming across here.
Just imagine the weekend for Perchita winning the Finalissima. If he can win this, a first title for the men, what it would mean for him and for his team.
Well, the ladies celebrating with lots of gin and tonics, they said, drinking out the trophy. Out the trophy, well, who knows?
It could be a repeat tonight.
Some French red wine has just poked across there. That's simple, isn't it, for Vacas, who rolls it out. Yedo's just a perfect link, isn't he, between sort of the defence and the attack.
He's been impressive, hasn't he? He's been that player. When we saw that the manager the other day said, we want you to play it out from the back, we want you to take risks, we want you to continue trying to do that. Yedo is the player that does that. Yeah, there was a moment when he made a mistake and gave away a costly goal, but he's absolutely pivotal to their style of play.
Now Frutos, you're right, full marks to the coach. Nacho Castro said, let's stick to our guns, let's not change
and it worked.
Our game. Exactly, and that's what made it so impressive. I think that actually rallied them, didn't it? Made them actually, yeah, of course, why not? This is what's got us all this success. Why change now? Why not stick to our principles and our DNA, which makes us Porcinos currently the world champions? Can they defend their crown? Oscar Coy. Great start. You have just joined us. Well, welcome along, but where were you? We'll forgive you, perdon. Porcinos currently trailing 2-0, but that was no concern. We've seen so many comebacks from them over the course of the past 2 weeks. The side that never dies, that never say die spirit, as that shot, unfortunately for Stelios, goes soaring over the bar.
And I'll tell you what, it does happen that if you start winning games like that towards the end, as a player, you start feeling a little bit invincible. Even if you're heading to the 38th minute in this format, losing, trailing, you start thinking, well, it's impossible. We're not going to lose. We've forgotten how to lose. And it goes into your, it's drilled into your brain, into your mindset. And it's incredible what it can do. Confidence is everything in sport. And Portinos will have that. This will not affect them as much as it could affect another team. But you can tell also the significance of the game in the tempo. This tempo is remarkable.
It is. We will expect a little bit of a lull at some stage, surely. They won't be able to keep this up for the full 40 minutes, but while it's this way, we will continue enjoying the rhythm, the tempo between Los Troncos and Porcinos. Porcinos naturally seeing a bit more of the ball as they're chasing the game. Los Troncos don't have to force the issue right now. Can protect this 2-goal cushion. We're now, of course, 7v7. The Escalado just flew by, didn't it, Bruno? It was brilliant. It was Kingsley, Calcio, football, and its very, very best. Stelios just goes back safety first from him with Vacas. Now Adriedo just calling for an option. Now, guys, if you want any signed jerseys, maybe a Los Porcinos signed jersey, download Bazaar, follow your favourite creators after the match to claim exclusive Kings League items. Don't miss out, and of course, Los Troncos jerseys and merchandise as well. Now, Yedo. Lovely ball, Oscar Coy!
What a save! What a save again from Eloy Amoedo. When it's not Planas, it's Amoedo. It's almost impossible to score against this Troncos side. But if someone can, it is the miracle makers, it's Portinos.
And they've won it back right. That's really impressive, the way they recoup possession, didn't they? Really aggressive, hunting in packs, weren't they there, Bruno? And as you said, top save, but really well struck by Oscar Coy. I don't think he could have hit it any better, to be honest. I think we have to say full marks to the keeper. Or we say full marks here to Stelios. Or he loses out. No, not at all. It's nul point on that occasion. As they come forward here, Los Troncos. It's a tame, disappointing effort by the very high standards there of their number 7, Diego Jimenez, who's, I think he's dyed his hair for the occasion. It's on a little bit sort of greenish blue. Anyway.
Well, yeah, there are streaks. I didn't see it. I had to look at the screen. It wasn't notable, was it? Out there on the field of play. Maybe should have asked for a bit more dye on it. Should have gone to the barber.
Exactly. There's plenty near where we're at, the hotel.
I was there the other day.
As was
Didn't go for those colours, though.
my good friend. Yup. Now, Oscar Coy, a little bit of space. The magicians, isn't he? For Los Pinos as the shot comes in there. So, Porcinos just firing away there. Mark Pelas with the pink nose tape. The nose tape's coming back in. It's very 1990s Bobby Fowler, isn't it?
They're coming back in a variety of colours as well. Pink to suit the pink shirt for Pelas.
We have seen a bit of sort of green tape early in the competition for Los Troncos. So again,
It looks like snot though. If you've got
yeah, it's not the best, is it? It's not the best, but they've got the all black today. They're back in black, aren't they, for this final? Wearing their green and white hoops. Celtic / Betis-esque, aren't they? Well, it might fall kindly here.
Oh, that's a foul.
Yeah. No complaints there, really, can he?
They got clipped.
Side, yeah.
Clips on the hill. And Nico Santos, who we've also been very impressed with and who we dug a little bit deeper into his pass, and were amazed, weren't we, to find out that he'd come through at the Fulham Academy.
Fulham, in West London,
places.
yeah.
Being from Santander, half Spanish, half Dominican, and he ended up at Fulham. As you say, maybe family reasons, or who knows.
But to be fair, one of the nicest parts of London,
Oh, lovely.
West London,
Wonderful.
Craven Cottage,
Oh, wonderful.
lovely part. So, to be fair,
Wonderful walk by the river.
yeah, it's lovely, and that rivalry with Chelsea. That's one of the big screens as well for the fans to check out. Just behind us. Let's focus back here. In comes the free kick. Oh, Amoedo spilt it, didn't he?
Yeah, first moment of hesitation from Amoedo. He looks at the turf, which is sometimes a natural reaction from goalkeepers.
Distraction.
yeah. It wasn't me, it was
divert the attention elsewhere, kind of thing.
But it was probably the first time he's looked a little bit human in this competition.
He is human after all. Then Oscar Coy is Pelas. Still Pelas.
That's more like it.
That's much better from Amoedo, and he might have seen it late as
Oh,
well.
what a pass!
Great ball. Is this 3? Verdu offloads, and in comes the shot! What a strike! 1, 2, 3! But it could be ruled out. It would be so cruel, wouldn't it, on Diego Jimenez?
The referee was saying handball. He was pointing to the arm. I don't know where it could have come. Maybe Joan Verdú. But the pass from Eloy Amoedo. Perfect. The weight of that pass. Let's see what we can do.
I whistle handball. I whistle handball.
The referee said he
Handball,
stopped
yeah.
for a handball.
Don't worry. I manage it because I whistle the handball. The handball from number 10,
Still clarify, Bruno.
Must have come when Verdú
On Verdú,
controlled.
yeah, on Verdú. So you have to go back a little bit. Go back a little bit more.
Or here. Is it? All right, yeah.
Have we got the footage?
This could be it here, right? When he controls.
One camera.
Didn't quite see it there.
We need another.
Down there, is it? When his arm goes down? And he yeah, look.
Yeah.
He stops the ball, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it falls favourably to him.
Oh, Bruno, it's so cruel on Diego Jimenez, though, isn't it?
It is. And look, we have said this week, haven't we, that some handballs feel a little bit harsh. But if it's a handball that really stops the trajectory of the ball, that probably would have favoured the goalkeeper. It would have run away from Joan Verdú. So that is why the handball is given, and that is why it is the right decision.
Yeah, he's clearly gained an advantage.
He's gained an advantage, exactly.
And that's why.
That's the bottom line for me in a handball. Is there an advantage?
Well done to the referee as well. He spotted that right away.
Oh, it wasn't easy to spot, was it? No.
Yeah, he didn't need the VAR. He asked for the VAR just to check whether his initial judgment of that was correct, and it was. So, bravissimo, well done to the Italian referee.
And bravissimo, because he is an Italian referee, isn't he? We've had referees from all countries in this tournament.
Yep, we've been. Well, the referee has been to the highest standards. Very, very impressive. What we said has been really important is where they've explained everything to the players, been really clear. As Los Troncos try and get that third. Now they have to come back here and defend. Oscar Coy on the counter. Made Fulcani Vostelios. Oh, it's a real scramble. That was a heart-in-mouth moment, wasn't it, for Los Troncos?
There was a moment they didn't know where the ball was. It was ricocheting off everybody, and it almost fell favourably to a Portinos player. Fortunately for Los Troncos, they were able to defend, as they always are.
It's final time. My heart's racing. I just dropped into Tilted with a grey pistol. Twitch drops are live. Just watch 20 minutes and get your Fortnite reward links in the chat.
It's always nice to know that you've dropped into Tilted.
Well, of course, mate, of course. As we said, for the past 2 weeks, I've really got accustomed to the Fortnite community. Our good friend Tyler has been a real help, a real education for me. Unlike Ralph, who doesn't really play too much, and he's a bit unsociable.
The unsociable man.
So in terms of possession, there's no surprise about that, is it? Seeing the scoreline in terms of Porcinos trying to get
as we said, the
goal
natural
back.
reaction, isn't it, to when you're 2 goals down, you get all the possession. Los Troncos also love it. They don't care. They're one of those teams that don't mind winning ugly, sit deep, defend, and if they get through, Eloy Amoedo's in the goal. So they'll be comfortable with this. But Portinos, you've got to keep them at more than an arm's length, because we know what happens if you don't.
And just ask the likes of Fluxo, the Expire team as well, who've been on the receiving end of Porcinos and their incredible comebacks. Yesterday was sensational, wasn't it, when Ziloa found that late goal. We were jumping up and down. It was difficult not to be swept away by the emotion of it all, our enthusiasm as well for that big moment. The way we were also, as we said, just swept away. It's not as if we had any
No, you
favoritism,
get swept away by the energy, by the narrative of it happening again. This team that cannot lose, it's remarkable to watch.
It really is, and this final so far has been a remarkable. Of course, maybe the goals have dried up a little bit after that pulsating stuff, but it's still been, as you said, the highest tempo, the highest quality, and you don't always see that when it's 7v7, we have to be honest. But again, we're helped by this being the final, the showpiece final, 2 top teams in action. Also, having said that, sometimes they cancel each other out. You can have quite cagey, relatively dull affairs. Not so far as Los Troncos go looking for a third here. Salsina, ball back for Carlos Planas, just towards that corner there. Oh, just tried to catch out Gerard de Vacas and take more than that, to be fair. Catch out the number 12, who wastes no time in rolling it out here. Andrew Yedo, plenty of space to bring it forward. Now, Carlos Torrento just hugging this left side. Managed to find Yedo. Just pieces that play together so nicely. Real hero for them. Lovely turn off the post. Nikos Santos with a scorcher, and the frame of the goal is still shaking.
But do you see the gesture from Nikos Santos? That talks a lot about his mentality as well. He made a gesture with his hand saying, come on, let's keep it up, let's keep going. And hit the post. I'm not going to put my head in my hand. I'm going to say, let's keep going, let's keep this positivity forward.
Great attitude from Nikos Santos.
And probably their best player in this tournament so far. Yes, Nadir is the man who's shown up with the golden
star
goal.
power status.
And he's had that star power, the X factor. But I think overall, Nikos Santos has been the standout player for them.
A little sandwich there, wasn't he? Frutos, but he's come away with the ball. Oscar Kai, what can he conjure up from this position? Adriedo lets it run. Oh, they're going to keep it alive here. Played across the face of the box. Torrento. And I think Moedo has prevented a corner, hasn't he? He has. He's wasting no time once again. Amoedo, Route 1 stuff, trying to pick out Verdu. That must be something they've been practicing, surely.
His service is incredible. I mean, we can call him UPS or DHL if you want.
Gets that package to you on time.
He does. And on the right spot as well.
Gil Vidal gets you there on time. The taxi driver, Gil Vidal, bang, bang, as we saw yesterday.
He has been rebranded as the taxi driver, Gil Vidal.
In the middle of a game, if you need a goal, bang, bang, Gil Vidal. Still just nodding it down. That's a gift really for Porcinos. Clock is ticking down. Torrento. Again, there's not going to be a corner. I think there's not going to be any rush here because we're about to have the buzzer.
That's right, and again, it's just them trying to get those balls out to the flanks. And the service from Amoedo, once again, extraordinary. So in those opening 18 minutes, Los Troncos doing what Los Troncos do, as we said, defend, keep it tight, concede very little, and be clinical and efficient down the other end. So they are 2-0 up, but as we say, never, ever, ever rule
oui, on
out
est de retour
Porcinos.
ici pour la dernière catapulte de la soirée. Je suis avec Maxence Cacré, joueur de football, vous le savez. Alors voilà, va falloir envoyer le dé dès que tu le sens, dès qu'on nous aura donné le go, bien évidemment. Je vois qu'elle est déjà armée, cette catapulte. Comment tu vas? Est-ce que tu passes une bonne soirée?
Ouais, super, c'est une top soirée, bonne ambiance et on voit un beau match, donc je suis content.
T'as un favori ou t'es juste là pour le beau jeu?
Pour le beau jeu, que le meilleur gagne. Hein.
On est d'accord, on est là pour ça, mesdames et messieurs. Donc là, on va lancer le dé, ce qui va nous permettre de savoir sous quel format on va reprendre ces 2 prochaines minutes. Et donc, ça va avoir une incidence. On attend juste le top départ. Je crois que c'est bon. Maxence qui va s'élancer. Et c'est un petit 1 face du roi, on appelle ça.
Our official partner, follow them on Instagram and check out exclusive Kingsley content in their app, site, or JD Sports Store. So thank you also to Kak there, the Como midfielder. One of the most expensive signings ever, actually, for Como. With the buzzer there, with the button for our JD roll of the dice.
Lucky we have a Serie A expert here with us.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tell us all about him.
I've got to be good for something, haven't I? I've got to earn my bread and butter.
Your shillings.
I've had plenty of bread and butter, I have to say. But it's not been any olive oil, that's why.
You have.
So
gone back to the British cuisine style,
especially in these past couple of weeks as well. Thank you, merci beaucoup to Cacré, the Como star. As now the countdown is back on, Bruno, and I cannot wait because it has flown by here. These 18 minutes. Nadir as a defensive option, isn't he? Really, I think just try and win the
That's
ball.
what they did yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah.
And remember, they conceded a couple of goals in the dice yesterday. They were not brilliant here. That's when it went to 4-1. And we thought it's game over, but it wasn't.
Thank you to Grim Kujop, the Twitch streamer, esportscaster and comedic content creator there, with the cannonball. Now, Amoedo. Nadir looking just to thwart Neuer. Neuer's away. Here goes Neuer! Un, dos, tres! And they can't cancel that one, can they?
They cannot stop the electrifying pace of Gerard Neuer. We said he's in our team of the competition for a reason. Every time there's a possibility of a counter, you cannot stop him. He's lightning quick, but he also has the coolness and the clarity of mind to dink it over the goalkeeper. 3-0 is still not the end of the road. It was 4-1 yesterday at half-time, but it's another goal closer to winning their first ever title.
Oh, you'd rather be in Los Troncos'
You'd rather,
position.
yeah.
Of course you would, even if you
can't-
are the comeback kings.
You can't always rely on him coming back from the death. You need everything to go your way, and it's not always going to happen. Or is it? Or is it?
Or is it? The plot thickens. Macas over the top. Here he is, Vidal. Vidal shielding the ball. Of course, keepers can't come out in this situation, as you all know. Here goes Vidal! Bang, bang! The taxi driver gets one back. He collects his fare, and he's done his job.
Bang, bang! The taxi driver delivers again. He's going to make a trademark of those banging. Another one for him, and he's getting closer to becoming the top goal scorer in the tournament. That's 10 for him
He's
now.
level. He is
He's
level.
with Leletti. That would give him the award, because he is here in the final. Leletti is not.
A well-known criteria around the globe. Neuer looking to make it 2. They use it cross, don't they? All competitions. Now, that's it. Oh, it's a fumble. And it's a slip. Neuer can race away. Here goes Neuer! Top bins! Try and pick that one out. You can't pick that one out. And Neuer immediately restores that 3-goal cushion.
The bin man finding the top corner. Gerard Neuer. That is a gorgeous finish from him. It's the pace, but it's the finishing. And down the other end.
Back here with Pelas. Can he hit back right away? Pelas, still! Great save, Amoedo, just sticking out the leg. Pelas, encouraged to get things back underway, which he does. To combine here with Vacas, maybe over the top. Time is ticking down. Pelas, Guti will just try and close down the space. Has Pelas got the pace? And there goes the half-time whistle. Los Troncos in the driving seat here. They're just one half away from picking up major silverware, Bruno.
They are. Now they just need to make sure that it doesn't play on their minds that Quarterfinals have come back from the dead on 3 occasions. They need to keep focusing on their own game plan, think about themselves. I'm sure that's what Eric Bartra, brother of course to Marc Bartra, will be saying to them. Yes, we haven't mentioned that one this week, but we'll bring it out now that it's the final. That's, I'm sure, what he'll be saying to his players. Let's see if we can get close up and hear from either Eric Bartra or Nacho Castro, who is very interesting to hear from in yesterday's half-time.
Let's go down to the touchline.
Sí, aquí nos saltan.
a star player for Portinos so many times this week. Nadir,
Yep.
in the last 2 games at least, I think was a star player.
Yeah, it's actually Los Troncos immediately looking to capitalise then on this 3-goal cushion. They've got momentum, haven't they, on their side, so why not go for it? That's a clever move, I think.
Remember, it was 4-1 yesterday.
Of course. It's not over, far from it. It never is.
Troncos players and fans will not want me to hear me saying that, but remember, it was 4-1 yesterday.
Might come to Nadir, just loses out there. That was just a clearance, but very nearly turning into a chance for Los Troncos. This is another stunning shot. Various shots of the Défense Center. That's the big screen I just mentioned earlier. Let's get back down to the pitch there where it's all happening. Oscar Coy here.
You know who's enjoying this as well? Pedri. Remember, Pedri's a big Troncos fan.
Yes, of course he is.
So he'll be enjoying this on his holiday after having played for Spain in the Nations League, a long season with Barcelona. I'm sure he'll be tuning in and watching to this and probably listening to Jaume and Ivan, our good pals here to the right of us.
Hola amigos, hola amigos. Or just overran there, isn't it? That pass across, floated across there. They're deep in their own half here, aren't they, Porcinos, as they look to carry it forward and ease the pressure, take it away from the danger zone with Adrian Frutos, Tutti Frutti. Hoping for a sweet strike. Nothing sour. Troncos, it's a bit disappointing from Verdu, unable just to bring it under control there. Number 10 handled that ball, didn't he, earlier in the game. And there's confirmation what you were saying about Gil Vidal, the taxi driver.
The taxi driver will be tooting no mini cabs here as he's leading the way in the top scorer charts. And Gerard Neuer, the star player, is on the bench. He's waiting to come on, so they're affording the liberty of keeping him on the bench, freshening him up, and surely bringing him on to try and catch them on the counter, which will be the plan in the second half.
Now Santos. Adriano. Oh, wow, 2 players that just caught in 2 minds, weren't they? Had Alex Cubedo and then Gil Vidal, joint top then of the scorers charts. Expect him to get another one, seeing the scoring streak that he's had, Gil Vidal. Now we're going to see from Neuer very soon and see him back on the pitch. He's having a great game. One more, he's got a hat-trick if I've done my maths correctly.
Yeah, but he's up to 8 goals as well,
Yeah.
Gerard Neuer. He's actually not that far away.
He could, yeah.
In that top goal scorer chart, which some people before the game didn't believe could happen. Tyler thought it could happen.
Never doubt Tyler. In Tyler we trust, unlike Helmut alongside him, who's not quite as active when it comes to the research, the stats and facts, as that's straight out on this near side. Adrieto continue to sing the praises of. So you need those players in your side that can just link the defence and the attack in that midfield role, just pass the ball around nicely, just be almost the water carrier role. So what I mean by that, always there as an option, as Los Troncos there, trying to catch everybody by surprise. Carlos Federer. Now Porcinos at the other end. 2 sides a bit stretched here. How can they get them back quickly?
I think Los Troncos will enjoy the game being stretched because of Gerard Neuer on the counter, but on the other hand, they do like being compact and reducing the opposition to long-distance shots. What the Porcinos do have is the capability with a player like Nico Santos to slice open a defence. We've seen it, we saw it against Expire team. Diallo can play that pass and split them open as well. So they will want to keep it compact and tight at the back, but you don't want to invite them too far forward.
Santos. Trying to go towards that corner. He's won a throw-in. Number 7 taken quickly. No time to lose, of course. For Los Troncos. Frutos. That with Gil Vidal. Was a little slip there. Oh, that's a crunching challenge.
The first one
awards in favour, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the first one he's given. The second one was clean, but there was no advantage for Porcinos. So good refereeing again to take it back to the initial challenge.
Yeah, again, very well. Not just our Italian friend, but everybody. As the shot comes in from distance, the German referee is also the German social media manager. Nicely won back here. And here comes Perez, trying his luck.
The Swiss Army knife, they call him. Does a bit of everything, doesn't he?
He does indeed. Mr. Utility Man, Mr. Versatility.
That's his name on social media, I think.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Get following. Get following. Again, another shot there. All the various cameras that are fans inside the ground can follow. Perez. Oh, as they say, got to beat your first man. It's one of the first things they teach you. Well, here he comes again. Perez swung in. Got it away, but not to danger. Still. And then it does come gratefully into the arms of Vacas, who rolls it out. Porcinos have to get a goal here. Got to get a foothold back into the game. Delois, he rise to the fore. And number 3, the captain's armband.
He does tend to grow into games, doesn't he, Nadir? You don't see him very much in the first half. That's the pass I was talking about to Nico Santos, which has worked so well for Quarterfinals. And look out for the counter.
On the break here. Are they going to get another goal? They were trying their very best. Oro Bordeaux's got a big goal earlier in the competition as well.
Golden goal,
golden goal, yeah, against the Italian side, against Girasetta.
Girasetta, yeah.
I was crying my eyes out as the Italians went home, of course. I actually have a bit of a soft spot for the Italians.
Yes,
it's inevitable. Has there been a little technical issue here with the referee's camera? Is that what's the issue? We have to sort out his technical gear here. Well, maybe we can send Tyler down. Our German cast is very good with his tech and his technology, to be fair. Here it was saying Boada.
You can maybe fix it too?
No chance, no chance, no chance. I appreciate it. Don't even bother that.
No, I can't laugh because I'm exactly the same.
Listen, I always say, get a man in, get a proper man, an old school man. You know, your old dads, your granddads. They don't make men like them anymore. No, I'm afraid I'm not that guy. Oh yeah, screwdriver out, get the toolkit. Nah,
I'm the same.
No worries. No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. So we are.
Fortunately, there was someone, unlike you or myself, on hand to make sure it was swift and quickly to...
No real breaking. There's been no real breaks in play.
No.
It's been really good.
It's just been the tempo that we were talking about. You can feel that it's a different arena, a different venue, and the electricity and the energy is in the air. And the players are playing much quicker than we did see them in the Cooper Arena.
Yeah, Kings League is in the air. Certainly no love in the air. It's in the competitive nature of this game, despite being in the city of love. And of course the very nice message before the game from Perchita, his opposite number Ibai, who's not too much to cheer about, has he? But we may see him in action for the presidential penalty in a wee whale as it goes back there to Amoedo, who just boots it upfield.
It was almost another pass from DHL.
It was in that package there, on time to, was Alex Guti, wasn't it? Just trying to make life awkward for Porcinos. Comes off Boada, doing his part in defence. Alex Guti. Nice work. Still, Guti! Oh, I thought he was going to look for Jeremiah, the star player, but caught everybody surprised with the strike.
It was worth a go, Neuer was at the far post, there were a couple of bodies in the way. Guti, we saw this yesterday, and we've seen it year after year in the Kings League. He always does that flick around the defender, old school winger, plays on his natural foot, so left-footed player on the left-hand side. He likes to run deep and get the ball across. In this case, he's shot, but he's a powerful player to have on the bench for Los Troncos.
Also, I don't know if you've been following much Serie A this season, but the Bologna captain, De Silvestri, he looks so much like him. It's a striking resemblance. So if you guys at home...
He's got a bit of Chiellini in him as well.
Yeah, a little bit of Chiellini, something Italian-esque with Italian players. Because we actually do have... He looks also similar to a lot of our Italian casters, doesn't he, as well?
What are you going to say?
The likes of Pepe, Sabino...
What's the common denominator?
Filippo. They're very tall and very athletic. Back to the action, Nadir.
Diplomacy at its finest.
Oh, absolutely. I am British, and you grew up in Britain, so you know what it's about. Wilder looking to dispossess Nadir Loa. Well, that's a clever ball towards Yedo. Good tracking back in the end from Los Troncos. I'm loving it. Is that the spider cam? The 8 legs, 6 legs, 8 wires, not 6. 8 wires,
Arachnid,
not 6.
not insect.
Okay, sorry. 8 wires, not 6. 8, not 6. They've taken a touch there on Amoedo's clearance. As we're approaching the 30-minute mark, as we say, it just flies by, doesn't it? This final in particular. Finalissima yesterday as well. The ladies really impressing. Las Troncas against Peluche Caligari. And as things stand, the Los Troncos, the men, are doing their part as well. It could be a weekend, an epic weekend for Los and Las Troncos. Now, Santos! Oh, I had Amoedo very worried.
It was always travelling high though from Nico Santos, but we've seen him score those goals, so why not give it a go? As we said, Los Troncos have got a lot of bodies in defence. It's difficult to split them open, difficult to break them apart, so that if you do have the option of a Nico Santos shooting from long distance, why not? But again, as we always ask the question, we want to see Nadir make an appearance in this game and really sort of appear for Porcinos. They need his quality. They need his quality, and they need it right now because they're running out of time.
This is very much Porcinos-esque, isn't it? Passing it out from the back.
Absolutely.
Regardless of the fact they're under a lot of pressure. Hey, try and win it back at the other end. It was very risky. And this is risky from Los Troncos, but Agüero, unlike Porcinos, route one, get it away. Clear your lines.
Oh, there's no point, is there, in taking any risks at 4-1 up, 10 minutes left. Don't give them a goal.
Very Tony Pulis-esque.
Yeah, well, yeah. You need to force them to come up with something special now.
Now, Nadir. Can he leave his mark? As you're saying, you are calling, screaming for him
but we have
to get involved.
And every day we've done it, he has ended up replying and responding late on, but he has responded in the end.
In time they're running out for Nadir. He's made that run. Now Santos. And looking for Nadir. Santos had options left and right. Went through the middle. His choice for Santos. He's looking to get back on the ball, and he's just on this right-hand side, Bruno. Just the right of Yedo.
Oh, there it
Santos,
is.
great ball! And there he is! You are calling for him to come to the fore. And the Corona de Oro, the Kings League royalty, Nadir has responded.
Is it going to happen again? Is it going to happen again? We have not got carried away at 4-1 because we said it was 4-1 yesterday. Nico Santos and Nadir, the two players that need to link up, did link up 4-2. And now this will be on the minds of the Los Troncos players. They'll be thinking, oh no, here they come.
Now Alex Guti goes to ground. The referee has a long look at it. Sorry to cut you off, Bruno. Again, I apologise, but it's just end-to-end stuff, end-to-end. But I'll come back to that point shortly. Okay, no penalty. Or is it? Now, Alex Guti, he was appealing for a penalty. He felt he was sandwiched there between Yedo and then Santos. I think it's more Santos potentially giving away the penalty.
Did he clip him from behind? That's the question.
Yeah, the referee said no initially, play on. Let's try and listen in as well.
Era uscita qua. Questo non l'ho visto.
Treatment's come once the clock has been stopped.
Stavo parlando con l'altro.
Players surrounding the referee, they're all talking to the referee, so much for only the captains or the designated player speaking to the referee. And Los Troncos' first part of the game was very much like a Cupra car, storming away, racing away. But Porcinos coming back into it. As you said, it's a really good point. Weighing on the minds of Los Troncos now. The jitters will be there.
Undoubtedly. It starts playing on your mind. And also the Porcinos players. They'll be saying, I know the goal's going to come, 4-2, we've got 10 minutes left, we'll get the third, and then we'll get a double goal at the end. You just fall into those habits. It's something that happens in sport that is incredible. You can't explain it, you can't train it. It just happens when you're on a high, when you're in form. Things work out that way, and this could be bad news for Gutiérrez, who we said has had issues with injuries this season, although I think he's just trying to force the question maybe on the referee.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to put a pressure on that. Is it the knee, the left knee, certainly the left leg?
I think if anything, he got clipped on the heel from behind. Right. That's the only thing that it could be from Nico Santos.
Yeah, well, the referee initially waved away the protest, called upon Alex Guti to get straight back up to his feet. Now, of course, it will be checked, of course, by the VR. Let's listen in. Oh, wow.
He's going to check it.
On-field review.
Tell you what, there's such a big screen here that this is just going to pile the pressure on the referee.
Bruno, I'm going to turn around as well.
Everybody's going to see this.
Don't be offended, I'm going to turn my back to you to look at the big screen as well. Everyone inside the ground as well.
I'll get used to turning backs, as you know.
They haven't always been the most respectful to you, have they, Bruno?
Let's see.
Is it more Alex looking for the contact?
Yeah. He's looking for it. That's not a penalty. That is not a penalty. Not in a million years. See, it's what he's saying. It's not a penalty.
Yeah.
This start to jump for a penalty. Go down, hop. Okay, for me it's not enough, okay?
You can hear the referee. For me, it's not a penalty. They have it. No penalty. Stays at 4-2 then.
And do you know what? Do you know how many goals Nadir scored in this tournament?
1, 2, 3?
3.
Yeah.
3. It's not a lot, is it?
No.
But they've all been big
come
goals.
when it matters most. Now, a secret card of Porcinos. Let's see what it is. Oh, this is... Well,
that is a massive card.
do you know why it's also massive? Because during the final, hitting the Burger King
Secret
target
card.
means £1 whoppers
Penalty.
in France. If you don't hit it, no £1 whopper. Or €1, should I say? I beg your pardon, everybody. Maybe next time. So
That's
targets
for
down.
everyone in France tomorrow. €1
Yes.
whopper.
Yes.
Well, if you're in France, as we are,
Same for a shootout as well, but in the penalty. So I think fans will want this to be hitting that target.
oh, but look where it is. Wow.
Oh, it's unlikely
It-
he's going to miss by that. Maybe President
I was
might.
going to say if it was a mean, maybe. I just checked around before saying that in case he was near me.
Here we go. Gilles Vidal to cut the deficit! Bang, bang! The taxi driver again gets you there on time. And Porcinos are getting there on time again. Look at the clock. This is Porcinos' time for the comeback.
It is bang bang, top corner from Gilles Vidal. Once again, the taxi is on time. 4-3, as you say, Porcinos time, 10 minutes left. It's even come earlier than we could have anticipated. You can feel the trembling knees on the Los Troncos players. It's squeaky time.
It is indeed for Los Troncos. Just look how things can quickly change, just like that, As Oscar Coy goes to Santos. Oh, that was a teasing ball.
That was the kind of goal that they score in the last minute, isn't it?
Yesterday, it was, Bruno. It was. And just it's a confidence game, isn't it?
feel
It's
it,
a
you
confidence
feel it.
that it's been evaporated, just sucked out of Los Troncos. Now Porcinos, a buoyed, revitalised, as they go looking to make it 4-4, unless Los Troncos can then just reopen that cushion for them. That was a bit of a reckless challenge, to be fair. I don't understand why that was made. It's pointless, really, going lunging in like that in that area of the pitch, and it just gives... oh, did it? Well, I thought it was going to
But the
give
ball
them
had gone
a
off.
foul.
It's gone off for
Okay,
a corner kick.
okay.
But do you know what is incredible? That it's 4-3 to Los Troncos. But yeah, I think you, I, most people in here are thinking now that Porcinos are going to win this.
We are, and that's because of what we've seen the past few days from their semi-final
You feel
performance,
it, and
the quarterfinals, the round of 16.
Absolutely, and you feel it, and you almost feel like the players on the pitch as well also feel it from both sides.
Now, Troncos trying to get that goal to make it 5-3. But Porcinos want to make it 4-4 as the referee blows the whistle. But you know, Porcinos, those first two games, they were very underwhelming. They got lucky, I think it's Miami 7 with that sending off. Victor
Vives.
Victor, exactly, giving them that opportunity. It swung the tide in their favour. Nadir, Oscar Coy, drop of the shoulder, everybody back for Los Troncos, defending deep. Santos, Adriero looking to keep it alive, which he does. Back with Oscar Coy there in support. Oscar Coy looking to pull the strings here for Porcinos. They would even take this, seeing the situation at the break, won't they? Porcinos going to his final 2 minutes, 4-3.
Absolutely.
But listen, you can't rule out them making it. Maybe we are going to have that shootout that Piqué was alluding to in the build-up to the game. Remember last year it was Kelvin Oliveira, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, who got the top crown.
He did.
For G3X.
With 13, he's not far off him, and that was an incredible display from Kelvin Oliveira
From an incredible
in those 2 weeks in Mexico. But Gilles Vidal, to be on 11, just goes to show how good a tournament he's had, how good his finishing has been from Gilles Vidal.
Trying to get Gilles Vidal up on the ball. Oscar Coy takes a touch off. Joe Noy in the second half, not been quite as live.
No.
Not same zip to his performance.
Well, it's been the whole team, hasn't it?
Yeah, true.
Whole team.
You're right, it's the collective, if anything, and Porcinos, 4 marks to them, and they've still got, of course, their both sides presidential penalties. It's nodded down by Santos. That was nicely done, coolly done.
Very nice, wasn't it?
Very nice. You can see why he's there. One of their silky players, isn't he? Such a quality player. Yeto. Yeah, and options left and right. Goes to Oscar Coy, his choice. Santos. Oscar Coy, Yeto. Frutos. Going to dance the Tutti Frutti later, that's for sure. And much, much more. Maybe a bit of Gims as well. Frutos. Nice ball, flag stay down! That's a really good save, and then they go appealing, and the arm does eventually come up, but Porcinos weren't to know that.
But still, the message is clear. The message is the same. They're getting into the final third. They're getting balls into the box. They're getting players in front of goal. And Los Troncos don't know what to do right now against Porcinos. It's incredible how the tide has turned so drastically in this second half.
They're all at sea. Los Troncos, talking of the tide. They don't know what has hit them. Porcinos, again, showing their credentials, cementing their status as the comeback kings. Los Troncos with the throw, flicked on, Cientos. They'll just trickle out here. I think Alex Guti wants to get back on the pitch ASAP. He's got the bib ready. There's the casters. We can see Tyler and our good friend there, Michael, in the German casters. We may come across to the Spanish, French and the English casters soon. Let's get back to the pitch. That's where it's all happening. In comes the strike! Oh, that was a scary, scary moment for Los Troncos. The tree trunks very nearly just blown down there by Pelas.
It's just getting closer and closer, and the fact that we've had 6 minutes since they got to 4-3, and they've probably had 3 chances, suggests that they're going to have, what, 6, 7 more before we reach the double goal window. So it's going to be very difficult for Los Troncos to keep this at 4-3 if things continue like they are right now.
That is, if we have the double goal, because Porcinos go level or go to golden goals. So now
you can imagine a golden goal
in a final. It would be epic.
Which we've been talking about these last 2 weeks, about Bierhoff, about Trezeguet. It's the most painful way to lose.
But the sweetest way to win. If you win, because that is it. There's no...
Oh, it's magical. It's a magical goal.
Just the ball that nestles in the net, the roar or the despair, of course, if you're on the losing side. Santos. Nadiloa. Trying to be perhaps a little bit too clever there. They'll keep up the pressure. Nadir, quick thinking. Yeto, plenty of options. Helped on by Oscar Coy. Really talented player, so good on the ball, isn't he? Such a cool customer.
There are a lot of players, aren't there, in this side? Okoy, you've got Yedo, Gil Vidal, who's the top scorer, but probably not the standout player. Nico Santos, as we said, is maybe that star player. Nadir, there are so many of them.
That was.
And they're all appearing now, aren't they? We've seen shots from about 3-4 different players. It's not all going through the same man.
No, it's a sort of a goal democracy, isn't it? They like to share the goals around. It's booted, Route 1 stuff. Approaching that 38-minute mark. Here's Verdun. There's Alex Guti in support. I think they may just try and protect this advantage. Bruno. And then go into this final 2 minutes. Now goals will be worth double. And Los Troncos have that narrow advantage, but seeing what Porcinos have done over the past few days, Los Troncos will be very, very worried.
Well, it's come to the moment. The last 2 minutes, Porcinos time. If they do this again, this would be one of the most incredible stories we've seen in a very long time, in any sport, really.
Absolutely. The comebacks have been incredible.
Una cosa. Hey!
Just listen in.
No va a pasar porque sí. Hay que buscarlo como jugadores. Hay que tener paciencia. Paciencia y tener una o dos.
Es hora de pujar un ritmo. Son 2 minuts a un ritme molt més alt.
Oscar, Adri, sí, Pelas.
Eso es.
Y Nadir, ¿sí o no? A creer.
Well, the message again from Nacho Castro is we need to be patient. He always says that. We need to be patient and believe. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing more to it. Don't be rushed. Don't try and play a pass you don't have to pass. Don't try and shoot when you don't have to shoot.
Yeah.
Pick the moment, which they have done so well in recent games. And believe. You need to believe. And I think they don't need to be told that, because you can see from how they played in the second half that they believe.
Well, when you think of that first half, they were played off the park, weren't they? Los Troncos were fantastic. The second half, Porcinos, that fighting spirit once again, and sadly it's the final 2 minutes plus added time.
It's flown by, hasn't it?
It has flown by. This final has been fantastic, but I just sense there's a little bit more to come, Bruno, as Bobby the dog, look Bobby!
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Here he goes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yes, the show off.
do everything.
And we're back underway then. Can Porcinos do it once more, or will Los Troncos hang on here as they come steaming forward? Moyes there. There's a few appeals from the Los Troncos players.
Suggestion of a back pass. He tried to intercept it. He made the control, and now they're doing what they did the other day. Stelios coming on for Vacas. All-out attack.
No keeper, all outfield players. Oscar Coy going back. Los Troncos, everybody back, everybody behind the ball. Defending deep, lovely touch. Here's Coy. Pelas, twisting, turning. Back with Coy, so many options. Pelas, but blocked by Alex Guti. Got the last touch. Did Alex Guti get that last touch, Bruno? Oh, it may be a throw-in.
It came off Belaf again.
In the meantime,
in fact, it rebounded off his arm, so two decisions there to be made by the referee, but it is possession for Los Troncos.
In the meantime, guys, get voting for the MVP. He'll be chatting to Giussi Meloni post-match. Nadia just tries to tussle away. Giussi Meloni on the zone, Italy. We're also going to have Julian Dalila, of course, beside a big shout-out to all those three for our bizarre interviews post-match. Great work from all of them. Of course, massive shout-out, of course, to Giussi will be conducting that interview in English, of course, for all our international followers. So big shout-out to everybody in these 2 weeks, which have been fantastic. And, of course, we'll be doing our thank yous a little bit later, because there's still more to come here. And Porcinos, they're going to go for it, Bruno. They're going to go for it.
Just imagine the tension, and then I'm looking at Berchita to our right. He doesn't know what to do.
Who's going to take it? In comes the free kick. Oh, did it take a touch? It did. On its way through. Was that Yeto?
It was Yeto, yeah. How long have they got left?
Oh, only added time left. Yeto. In comes the strike.
Oh, was that a handball?
They're appealing.
Was that a handball?
Penalty. And goals are worth double. Goals are worth double. Penalty here. You just couldn't write it. You just couldn't write it, Bruno.
It's incredible. Honestly, it's incredible. How can it happen every time? Oh, I mean, it's close to his body, but he's blocking the shot. That could have gone in, that shot.
That's something.
It's unfortunate, but it struck his arm. I think it's going to be a penalty. And you just knew. I know it sounds like we're being funny or maybe arrogant, but you just knew that something was going to happen. You just sensed it in the air.
Bruno, if we go back to the half-time rap from myself, almost suggesting that Los Troncos were almost out of sight. You said, hang on.
No, but you feel it, can't you?
You're right.
You feel it in the air. I don't know how to explain it. I know it's our job to explain it, but it's difficult to explain how you can sense on the pitch, the Los Troncos players and the Porcinos players, the energy was completely different.
Of course, it will be checked here.
It's a big decision. It's a big decision.
For me, that's handball, because as you said...
For me, it's blocked a shot.
You're blocking a shot which could have gone in. It could have been... the keeper could have spilled it, and then the chance on the rebound. But this is massive.
But then again, you look at that, and he's got his hands here.
Yeah.
So you're saying to the defender, what more can he do to bring his arms closer to his body?
Pelas with the strike.
Which is what the referees are demanding of the players.
Diego Jimenez with the block. He said he'd get that advantage with his arms. For me, he did, but we're not referees.
Yeah. Okay. And he's not occupying an unnatural space. He's not occupying more space than his arms should be.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Is he coming across here for an on-field review?
He might not give it.
Okay.
Well, when we see the referees come across, it tends to be because they're saying, hang on, we think maybe you've made a mistake in your initial judgment, so this could be wiped out.
I mean, talk about pressure decisions.
This is the only one, okay.
This is going to define who wins the Kings World Cup.
It's been chalked off.
Oh, wow.
Chalked off. Chalked off.
Do you know what? I know initially I said it should be a penalty blocked shot, but I want to look at the replay, and I saw that he cannot do any more to get his arms closer to his body. I agree.
Go.
Bruno, that's why we have the VAR. That's why you need to have another look at it. And that's exactly what's happened, and Los Troncos have survived that scare, but there's still a little under 2 minutes to go, and Porcinos, their never say die spirit, will still believe, just like the England team at Euro 96, they still believed right until the very end.
They'll be hoping for a better outcome.
Absolutely. again, penalties in some way involved as it's flicked on here. Jimenez shielding the ball. Good battle there, great duel, firm but fair. And I think last touch coming off Alex Guti, who's trying a bit of gamesmanship. In the meantime, Gerard Neuer racing away with the MVP prize, all set to chat to Giuseppe Meloni post-match. As Sinos just try and get a goal which would win it. Next goal wins. Santos. Here's Oscar Coy. Plenty to aim for in the box. Santos trying it again. They'll go back with Oscar Coy. Coque is not on their side. Not their friend. Non es amigo. On Porcinos right now. For Los Troncos, this will feel like an eternity, this final minute. For Porcinos, it's going to fly by. Brought down here. Santos, nice feet. Corner.
You thought something could have happened when that fell to Nico Santos. He had the ability to go past the player. This is it.
Coy. Hit too static, needs movement off the ball. In comes the strike, takes a wicked deflection, and Amoedo has it. Could that be it? Could that be it?
Look down the other end. Look down the other end.
Oh, it is it! It is it! It is over! Neuer, the MVP, seals the world crown for Los Troncos, and Porcinos, Bruno, have finally been beaten. Their unbeaten sequence comes to an end, and we have a new champion.
We have a new champion, and I think Porcinos made the mistake that the manager said, don't be rushed in your decisions. That shot was a rush shot. There was never an opening, there was no space to do it. They had no goalkeeper. The counter-attack, you're thinking it's going to go in and straight from Eloy Amoedo, but still work to do for Gerard Neuer. And look at the quality to dink it over him. Another goal for one of the best players in this tournament. He's on 9 goals. He's not far off. And we are going to be crowning a new world champion in the Kings League.
Jeff Hurst, eat your heart out. There's another hat-trick hero.
There is.
In a World Cup final. Hurst who? It's Gerard Neuer. It's all about the Neuer. Wow. What a climax. What an end here. Someone's taking a photo. You can smile this time. I'll be talking, Bruno. You can look good as the shot comes in. That would have just set up, I think, a very nervy finale. The 2 minutes are up. Los Troncos aren't going to fumble this one. Far from it. The clock continues to tick down. Diving away then to his left. Amoedo, big part in that winning goal, of course. His quick thinking, yeah.
Again, as always, DHL with a perfect service from the back, and Neuer finishing off. It's worked wonders for them.
And there it is! We have a new champion! Los Troncos are kings of the Kings League universe. Porcinos have finally been beaten. They have been dethroned. It's staying in Spain, the world title, but it now belongs to Los Troncos.
It belongs to Los Troncos, who have been the most efficient side in this tournament, barely conceding any goals. Carlas Planas with a couple of goals. Eloy Amoedo, incredible in goal, who wins the title again. Remember, Amoedo, David Soriano, Alex Gutierrez, 2-time world champions. They did it with Porcinos last year in Mexico. They've done it again this year in Paris for Los Troncos, who win their first ever title. And what a way to do it. And what a weekend for Perchita. Understandably crying. He's won every title possible this weekend in the capital of France.
That's right, La Finalissima with Las Troncas yesterday against Peluche Caligari. Tears of joy. And full marks to that man there, Carlos Plans. What a performance from him at both ends of the pitch. And now Perchita, after seeing the ladies triumph yesterday, now it's the turn of the men. It's too much to take, understandably, after almost being labelled as the nearly men, the runners-up, the eternal runners-up, the side that could never get over the finishing line. But boy, have they got over the finishing line today. And what better way to do it by beating the reigning champions, Porcinos. And we go now to hear from Perchita.
Muchas gracias. Esto va por este equipo de gente que es maravillosa.
por lo que están y lo que ya no están. Creo que hemos estado sufriendo, se lo he dicho a Plana de Verdú, se lo merecían desde el primer día sufriendo y pasándolo bien con este proyecto de la King League. Creo que se lo merecían. No puedo decir, gracias, ya está, no puedo decir más. Solo quiero llorar y... felicidad, estoy feliz, pero solo quiero llorar y celebrarlo con ellos, que se lo merecen. Deja.
Fíjate que tienes a un Titi detrás.
Sealed with a kiss.
Way, that's lovely to see.
In the city of love.
Some interviews don't need translations, do they? You can see him crying, the emotion came through, but he did want to say a word. Paul Planas and Joan Verdú, who've been wildcards from the very opening split. They've been here since day one, and today they've reaped the rewards for being there, their loyalty, winning the title for Partida. But it was a beautiful moment. Remember Casillas with Carbonero, Sara Carbonero in the World Cup in 2010. Well, this is a remake here in Paris, 15 years later.
We saw DJ Mario there congratulating Perchita. Is unbelievable scenes for everybody involved with Los Troncos, who got the MVP in the form of Jared Neuer. Is going to be chatting with Juicy very, very soon. Pitch side, they've got the best goalkeeper award as well. With Agüero, but I've been told we're going to go back pitch side for more.
Il y a eu des larmes, il y a eu de la joie, il y a eu de tout durant cette soirée. Et c'est pas terminé, on continue sur les belles surprises. On vous avait parlé justement de cette cible qui aurait pu être atteinte sur un shootout ou sur un penalty. D'ailleurs, si vous avez vu mon penalty, normalement je visais la cible, mais bon, à ce qui paraît, ça comptait pas. C'est pour ça que j'ai raté, hein, sinon il n'y avait pas d'autre raison. Mais en tout cas, la bonne nouvelle, elle est là. C'est qu'on va l'activer tous ensemble, cette cible. Et du coup, dès demain, vous pourrez trouver le Whooper à 1 €, tout simplement dans tous les Burger King, grâce à la Kings League, grâce à la World Cup, et grâce à cette finale incroyable. On y va, et bam! C'était pas si compliqué. La voilà activée. Dès demain,
One Whoppers and everybody, but now let's go to Jared Neuer, who may punch a Whopper or two later to celebrate. What a day for him. Over to Jared Neuer and Juicy, pitch side.
Just witnessed together for Los Troncos win their Kings World Cup, and I have Neuer here with me, the MVP of the game. Remember, we talked yesterday, ¿recuerdas? About la ganar del partido como las troncas.
Sí, nada, hola, buenas noches a todos. Bueno, lo primero, quiero decir que bueno, es un partido muy difícil. Al final es mi ex equipo y quieras o no, era un partido especial. Por cosas de la vida al final pues me ha llevado por otro camino, igual de bonito. Y nada, quiero agradecer a mis compañeros Los Troncos. Gracias a ellos pues bueno, he podido vivir en parte esta bonita experiencia. Y por supuesto a mi familia, a mi pareja, que en los momentos jodidos pues han estado ahí, y sobre todo pues eso me ha ayudado bastante a estar hoy aquí.
Of course, it was a beautiful game. I have to say thank you to my teammates, my family who supported me throughout the whole competition. Now it's time for you to sign the final jersey. Congratulations, Neuer. Go celebrate with your teammates. Enjoy. And of course, you have to be reminded that this jersey will be live on our app right after the celebration, and we have the chance to say goodbye by the whole team that was covering these beautiful games together. Join me, Dalila, Julia, and we say goodbye together. It was an incredible experience. Bye from Paris, the city of love.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
Ciao.
See you.
Thank you so much to the girls, the Bazaar girls. Thank you to Juicy, Julia and Dalia for all the work. But now, of course, the players, Los Troncos, quite rightly taking center stage because it is about them. Perchita, Palo Santo, a little nod, a tribute to Jordi Gomez.
Jordi Gomez, yes. Not here, unfortunately, for him, missing out on the first title for them. But what a team achievement for Los Troncos, as we said. Sometimes you need the backbone, you need the basics, the goalkeeper, the centre half, and the goal scorer, and then the rest also added to the side. But it was those three, really.
Pour les derniers instants de cette magnifique compétition, cette Kings World Cup Club touche à sa fin. Mais avant ça, on a la chance d'avoir Gérard Piquet qui a été quand même l'initiateur de tout ce projet, qui va remettre de manière symbolique tous les trophées de cette soirée. Et croyez-moi, il y en a. Mesdames et messieurs, j'espère que vous avez apprécié le spectacle de cette soirée.
Naturally for the individual awards and of course for the big prize. Bruno, great to have El Presidente, the president here on the stage. Then he was here obviously for La Finalissima as well.
Remettre les trophées avec le MVP du match pour
so
commencer.
the MVP of the match. You don't need to speak French to know that one, do we, Bruno? Kind of unsurprisingly, in fact, we heard from a few moments ago.
Los Troncos, Gérard Nola, bravo!
Noya, the hat-trick hero. What a performance. The goal that sealed it as well, so it was a decisive one as well. Full marks to him. He is crowned the MVP.
One of the players of the tournament as well. As we were saying early on in this game, he's been brilliant all 2 weeks long in France and deserves this title, but he finished it off. It had to be a special player to score that winning goal.
Maybe next year.
It did.
Next year is for you.
There we go. Just making sure he put the correct trophy.
Almost the golden boot, very close.
Very close. That was actually
not quite enough.
That was Gilles Vidal.
It was.
Which we will see.
Just a goal ahead of him, wasn't he? Oh no, Gilles Vidal was on 11. Neuer was on 9.
So close, wasn't it? So Neuer, I don't think he minds what trophy he's given. Key thing is the MVP.
Meilleur gardien du match. On va rester du côté de
Los
Troncos. C'est Eloy Amoedo.
The keeper. Unsurprisingly, Amoedo made some really good stops, especially that first half. He really
early on in the 2-on-2 and the 3-on-3, Eloy Amoedo. We've seen great goalkeepers in this tournament. We've got Camilo Monterre, Kironi, Cuono.
Camilo Mena, but
quite
rightly.
Not just the goalkeeping in terms of the saving, but also the services. We said we did the joke of UPS, DHL, but honestly, when you see it pitch side, it's just perfect weight on those balls.
So impressive from him. I like the way he pointed to his teammates as well, to say it's thanks to you that I'm here right now. It's great to see that. Smells like team spirit. And now this is a bittersweet moment, of course, for Vidal.
It's a tough one, isn't it, after defeat, having to step up, but look, golden boot. That will never be taken away from him. Gilles Vidal, who I think he was a silent candidate to golden boot as well. We didn't really see him in the opening 3, 4, 5 days when it was Rossi, Lopazzo, Leletti, Lipao. And Gilles Vidal just went about his business, started scoring goals towards the final rounds where he really started bagging more.
Yeah.
And he's ended up being the top scorer, taking over from Kelvin Oliveira, as you said.
He picked up fair after fair after fair, didn't he?
Yes, he was the taxi driver this week.
Bang, bang, indeed.
Kings World Cup Club, édition Paris 2025.
Here they come, everybody. They're collecting their medals. One player after another. Special scenes this for Los Troncos. Las Troncas yesterday, now it was destiny, wasn't it? It was just meant to be for this club.
Well, they deserved some form of silverware sooner rather than later. You always feel for those teams that reach the finals that don't end up getting over the finish line. It's been a year for teams like that. Tottenham Hotspur, Crystal Palace, Los Troncos.
It's true, that's true. And maybe Napoli, not serial winners, but winning the Scudetto as well.
Not serial winners, but Serie A winners.
Nice.
Very
nice. How long have you been working on that one?
Oh bordel, j'espère que c'est solide.
On the spot, that's the kind of guy I am.
Ils sont vraiment fiers de leur parcours.
Rubbish jokes.
Aller chercher cette victoire de manière générale dans la compétition. Il y avait de très belles équipes.
There
Et
as well,
c'est eux
great to see
qui,
them
avec leur
sealing
parcours,
their love with a
réussissent
kiss in
étape
the
après
city of love
étape
that
à
is
devenir de
Paris.
plus en plus forts pour finir ici
Cité de l'amour,
sur les
Città
strates
d'Amore.
avec Gérard Piquet.
What a great performance from Verdú as well in this final. And above all, that man there, the captain, maybe he wasn't the MVP, but he certainly was up there.
De champion
One of their star performers. And now, Anas will come across, won't he? To collect the trophy.
Get ready for the flames behind you.
Okay, here we go.
Don't get burned.
Qui va remettre le trophée à toute l'équipe de Los Troncos. Voici vos gagnants.
Los Troncos are your Kings World Cup Clubs champions, campeones 2025.
What a fantastic ending to 2 marvellous weeks in Paris. After Mexico, after Monterrey, we were back again here, thinking that maybe Portinos would do it once more, but Los Troncos have deserved this trophy. It is their moment now to enjoy and drink those gin and tonics out of the cup.
Well, exactly. They've got to follow in the footsteps of Las Troncas.
If you can drink out of it, I don't know if you can, but...
Well, either way, they savour it, anything they can, anything get their hands on right now. And what they have got their hands on is the big, big prize. Bergito, we saw him earlier, welling up, tearing up. Been waiting a long, long time for this moment, hasn't he? Also sharing this moment with the backroom staff, the coaching staff as well. They play naturally their part. Maybe they're not front and centre stage, but they are our key players behind the scenes and making sure the players go out there with those clear instructions, knowing what to do. And this is fantastic, isn't it? We have a new champion in the Kings League universe. They have been crowned. We have to mention a little bit about Porcinos, because that drama at the very end, they thought they had that penalty, and had it been given, had they scored, they would have won it.
It's been exciting until the end. Porcinos have brought so much to the table this week in the fact that they resisted right until the end, did not want to give away their crown, and even in this final game, in the final moment, they almost had a penalty. I couldn't believe it, thinking that they were going to do it again and win the title. The question now for the other teams, though, is we've had 2 editions, 2 sides from Spain winning. Last year there was a Brazilian finalist and a Spanish finalist. This time there were 2 Spanish sides. Can the rest try and get their hands on this title next year?
We'll find out next year, but before we get to the next edition of this competition, we've actually got the Kings World Cup Nations in Brazil. I hope that will be side by side. Bruno, you and I hope that will be there covering the coverage in one way or another for the Kings World Cup Nations when Brazil will be looking to defend their crown. But now it is all about Los Troncos. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. Thanks, Bruno.
Thank you very much, Tom, for these 2 weeks. And now, time to enjoy. See you very soon.
Coming up on Scoreline, we will chat with Dortmund legend Patrick Owolmayela on the black and yellow after their roller coaster season. How will they perform at the Club World Cup? We'll analyze Group C of the Club World Cup. Can anybody stop Bayern Munich? And can Boca Juniors maybe even break out of their slump?